Alright, how's it going, guys? My name is Lone Barrel, and welcome back to a new episode of Road to Dragon Lore. This is episode 7, and the reason why I'm doing a new episode of Road to Dragon Lore so soon, and this might seem a little bit weird, like, since when does Lone Barrel do a new episode of Road to Dragon Lore, since he posted like a video like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago? Well, actually, there's a reason why I'm uploading this video, and the first reason is actually because there's been a lot of trades ever since I uploaded the last episode of Road to Dragon Lore, which gave me a hefty profit, and I actually want to share that with you guys. And the second reason why I'm doing this video is because if you guys haven't known, the last 2 weeks I've been really busy with exams and preparing for basically the last few days of school. So I haven't actually been able to sit down and kind of focus on YouTube. But now that school is over, I actually want to focus a lot more on YouTube. But unfortunately, the last 2 days were my only free days before I have to leave out of town for 5 more days. So yes, unfortunately, I will not be in town for 5 days, and the last 2 days were the only free days that I did have, and I did take the time to kind of deal with myself a little bit, kind of take the time off, relax a bit. But today I want to kind of upload this video, basically kind of filling in the gap between the last 2 weeks and the next 5 days coming up. But once I'm back, I'll make sure to upload more videos, and I have a lot of things that I've planned for June. I want to keep this video under about 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. So let's just jump straight into the first trade. On June 8th, we actually received a trade from Gimma. He offered me a Huntsman knife case, hardened, field tested, for 30. I think he offered 33 keys, and I actually did a counter offer, and I asked him for 31 keys, which is basically what the market price 80% was. And immediately I actually sold it. I believe it was the same day. I sold it to a buyer on the market for 107 keys, which is if you actually divide by 3.15, you get 34 keys. And I'm actually going to keep track of all our profit here. So from here we made actually a 3-key profit. So then we can actually compare what we started with. And if you guys remember, we started with 440 keys, which is what we ended the last episode with. And I want to show you what we get at the end of this episode. So the next day, I got a bayonet Doppler factory new. This is actually my first Doppler ever, and I think my only Doppler actually. But this guy offered me 95 keys for the knife, and I was kind of skeptical because it was 95 keys. It was pretty expensive, and I think the market price for 80% of this knife was actually around 93 to 92 keys. And he didn't want to take that price, but I thought, I can still make a profit out of this knife. I'll take it. It's a nice knife. I'll probably get rid of it really quick. So what happened was the same day, I sold it for $315 on the market and got 100 keys out of that. Now, unfortunately, selling on the market does mean you have to wait 7 days, but because I did have such a big amount of keys, I could have actually keep buying and selling on the market without running into the problem. But I'll talk about in a bit what happened after I ran out of keys. Actually, from this trade, we made a solid 5-key profit, so let's just write down 5 here and move on to the next trade. The next day, I got a trade for a Huntsman knife slaughter, which is minimal condition, and I bargained down to, I believe it was 61 keys. And this is actually the fair 80% price at the time that I bought it. But this is one of those trades that just didn't go my way, and unfortunately what ended up happening is the knife dropped sort of significantly. It dropped 7% from original. Let me just not talk about this, but the knife did drop a lot, and what I ended up doing is actually trying to get the most value out of it because I didn't really want to wait until the knife went up. Just because waiting for knives to go up means that you can be stuck with them for weeks, months, years. So I tried selling it for the most that I could, and I got 195 dollars for it. And if you actually end up dividing 195 by 3.15, you'll know that I got 62 keys, and that is actually 1 key profit, which is still decent, I guess. But if you actually look at these profit margins, we're actually not doing that well at all. I mean, we're only at 9 keys, and but hopefully more will come in the next few trades, as I'll talk about in the video. So the next evening, we actually were able to buy 3 knives within 5 hours, and I got really lucky with these trades because of how fast they came, and I was able to profit from every single one of these knives. The first knife that came in was a butterfly knife slaughter minimal wear, which I bought for 72 keys. The next knife was a butterfly knife fade factory new, which I actually bought for 84 keys. I had to send him a counter offer because he was offering way too much, but he accepted, so that's good. And the other offer that came in was a Karambit Crimson Web field tested, which I sent a counter offer as well, asking for 85 keys, and both of them accepted. Now, I did sell them on the market immediately. The first knife to actually sell was within the same evening of me posting it, and that actually yielded me, I believe, 78 keys, so a 6 key profit. So I marked down right here that we made 6 key profit from that. Now, the next knife to sell was the Karambit Crimson Web, which actually sold on the same day that I bought it, but the following morning. Not the following morning, but the same morning, I guess. When I woke up, I actually found that it sold, so I bought a bunch of keys. And this ended in me getting 93 keys. And if you remember, I got 95 keys from 85 keys, which is what I paid for it. And I was able to make an 8 key profit for that. So let's just write down 8 key for that. Now, the next knife to sell was the butterfly knife fade, which did sell, I believe, the next evening. And I got this price for it, so which is actually pretty nice price. And we made 7 key profit from that, which is 91 keys, where we originally paid 84 keys. My latest trade was actually yesterday, and if you actually take a look at the gap between my last trade and this trade, it's been 12th of June since I last made the trade, and yesterday, which is when I bought my latest knife. So a six-day gap. And that is because I ran out of keys to trade, and that is what I have to deal with by selling it on the market. Now, of course, the more keys you have, the more you're able to buy. So that means you can able to refresh by the time you hit the market update, the market trade, basically. So it's kind of like a cycle. But I got an offer for an M9 bayonet slaughter minimal wear, and the fella ended up sending me a trade for 107 keys, which I was not happy with, because the M9 bayonet slaughter, if you guys remember, it was actually one of the knives that was over the market price, but was still appearing on the market, so around $500. But it was always like one knife, per day. But now, if you actually take a look, you'll see that there's about seven knives on the market, all going for around $390 Canadian. Now, I did take the 80% off of that, and I added a bit, like 1 key off of that to make it fair. And I sent him a counter offer for 100 keys. Now, originally he sent me for 107 keys, so I thought there's no way in hell he would accept that. But nope, he actually indeed have accepted the knife, the trade. And then what I ended up doing is I wanted to make about a 10 key profit out of it by selling it on the market for $400, which means that I would be putting my knife at least 2 trades or 2 knives underneath mine. And I didn't really expect to sell it that quick, but I placed it I believe the morning, basically like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. or whatever, and I sold it today. I think it was around like 12ish, 11ish, something like that, but it did end up selling for $400. So if we actually get a look at the price here, we divide that by 3.15, and I did make a 10 key profit, which was my goal overall, plus like almost half a key off of that. Let's go ahead and add up all of our profits here that we have acquired from all these trades. So if we put 3, 5, 1, 6, 8, 7, and 10 into our calculator, we actually get a solid profit of 40 keys. And if you guys do remember, we started off this season, the last episode, we ended the last episode with 440 keys, so we just added 40 keys onto our profits. So now we have 480 keys is what we're rocking with. So from all the trades, I actually ended up getting an overpay of 2.34, which is actually really good. So there's a tip for you guys. If you guys want to sell the knife for just a little bit more, so you guys can get like decimals, so you guys can buy an extra key later when you collected enough. But unfortunately, the time for this video has been over 10 minutes now, so I kind of want to keep it underneath there because all my videos are pretty long. And unfortunately, I have to go. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Expect to see more videos after the 25th, maybe even later than that. Hopefully I'll get around to finding some time to upload a video. And but if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of me. But meanwhile, I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.